It's St. Patrick's Day, Thursday, March 17th, 2011. Must be 2:30 or 3 o'clock, and I'm back on the trail, resuming where I left off on Friday. Tomorrow is supposed to be a very rainy day, so I'm trying to get the hike in today. It's actually 3:01 now, 1 minute after 3. And I've just walked about 1 block's distance from the street, Trimble Road, and I'm now coming to the first big curve on the trail. It's 60 degrees. One bicyclist has passed me, and other than that, the trail has been totally desolate. I have seen some people off the trail on the side street there, but only that one on the bicycle on the trail. I'm assuming this part of the trail is actually in the city of Santa Clara, but it will come out into another part of San Jose eventually called El Viso. Whether I'll get that far today or not, I don't know. Probably not. I'm now under the Montague Expressway, and the sun on the other side is very bright, and that's the case on the other side too. But what I wanted to show is the flotsam here. Apparently flooding has come through this trail, even though it's totally dry now, in high water times, and got that far up to put these reeds on the fence. Now out of the ramp, coming out of the underbelly of Montague Expressway, there's finally some real scenery to be seen. And there's a high-rise I don't remember ever seeing before. Aptina, it looks like, in the lettering. And on the other side there are apartment buildings or condos. So it doesn't feel so desolate, even though I'm not seeing any people on the trail still. Now I've come to a place where the trail is giving much more prominence than it has had so far today. There's a bridge coming over that looks like it's just there for pedestrians to get over to the trail. And then on this side there's a big entrance to the trail. What a great place that would have been to park. But then I would have missed part of the trail. Beautiful blossoms there in the corner of that parking lot for one of these factories. And of course we use that word factory kind of metaphorically here in Silicon Valley. They're more like warehouses, I guess, than they are factories. Warehousing people in their cubicles doing mental tasks primarily, having to do with computers but not actually creating computers. And finally, way over there are 2 trail users, and one coming this way over the bridge. Well, down there on that gate is a sign that says City of San Jose River Oaks Storm Pump Station, Department of Streets and Traffic. So this must be San Jose. Maybe we haven't been in Santa Clara at all, although I would certainly bet that on the other side of the river is part of Santa Clara. But I could be wrong. I have been once or twice. On the other side of the river are a couple, I think, young ladies with dogs, and they joined me on the trail a block or so ahead of me at that large bridge coming over from the condos or apartments, and they're going down the other side of the river, so presumably that trail on the other side goes all the way to that bridge. I am thinking I'll try it when I go back, but I'm not sure yet whether to do that or not. It would be an awful thing to go a mile and have to go back because it doesn't go through. It's almost 4 o'clock, and it's getting a little chillier. I haven't put my sweater back on yet. And on the other side of this street, whatever this street is, it seems as though there's a large golf course. So I'm going to go under this underpass and see what's on the other side, and then decide whether I'm going to go on for another half mile, or half hour rather, or turn back. Well, that cross street that I just went under is Tasman Drive, and here's a large apartment complex next to it. I'm now about halfway to that next street, and this big building, not very big actually, about 2 stories high, apparently is the storm sewage treatment plant. It's probably a filtration plant for the city of San Jose. So again, I'm confused about whether we're actually in San Jose property or Santa Clara city limits. I think we're probably in Santa Clara. But the sewage is coming out here into the river and then goes into the bay a few miles further north. And again, it's storm drain sewage, so it's not human waste. But storm drains, of course, pick up lots of trash, and that's probably what they're getting out of it in that plant, but I'm just guessing. Well, I'm at that next street, and I'm guessing it's Highway 237 from that sign, and then the sign pointing to the east is pointing to North 1st Street. 237 connects Sunnyvale or Mountain View or both to Milpitas, and Milpitas is in that direction to the east. And up there would probably be Fremont on the east of the bay. So I'm probably only a couple miles to the bay now, but it's well after 4 o'clock, so I'm going to cross over to the other side of the river and go back the way I said earlier I would try to do. I can see someone jogging up that side of the river now. So I'm just doing it for a slight change of scene. And apparently I'm walking on a bike trail, but there's not very many bikers on it right now, so. Huge double building over there, or 2 buildings that appear to be empty because I can see right through them. This area is one of the major industrial areas for Silicon Valley, right off Highway 101 at Santa Clara. The trail on the other side is wide open here. And over here is the golf course seen earlier. And beyond the golf course, a jet taking off from the San Jose airport. A reminder that we are still on the trail that goes right by the airport, but probably five miles north of it now. Down at the bottom of the bank here is what looks like a very rustic park with a single trail. Looks like a paved trail going through it. There was a paved trail going down from this levee into it, but there was absolutely no sign indicating what was down there. sewage. So I'm very curious what that park beyond it is. Just after the rustic park, this huge apartment or condo complex began, and I'm now in the middle of it, or more than halfway through it apparently, but here's a little park in the center of it with some playing tennis courts and basketball and things like that. And then just at the corner of the development is the bridge that I was planning to take over to the original trail. So I'm making some progress. My feet are killing me. I probably have another hour to walk, but I'll make it. Well, I'm back at the big pedestrian bridge. And if I knew for sure that the trail here goes all the way through to Montague, I would take this side, but I'm afraid to take the risk of not being able to get through. That arrow just says, go the other way. Don't know why. So I'll have to cross the bridge and retrace my steps back to Trimble. That's probably Montague, where the cars are in the distance, in which case that trail must surely go all that way. I think I will take it instead. How I get in trouble. This last section of condos has an interesting architecture, I think. It reminds me a little bit of some that got my eye on the canal in London back in October. Well, I risked taking the west bank from Montague, which I've long since passed, all the way to Trimble. I'm now passing this huge FedEx depot, which I had seen while I was looking for a parking spot. And if I can get out at Trimble, I'll be closer to my car on this side than on the other side, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get out. And I don't even see Trimble yet, although it must be only a block or two beyond now. Well, when I said at FedEx that Trimble must be only a block or two beyond, it was probably more like 4 blocks, but there it is at last. Can't even see FedEx behind me anymore. But the good news is that there is an opening there onto the sidewalk, so I'm closer to my car than I would be if I had taken the other trail. Thank the Lord. It's 4 minutes till 6. There's a huge goose there in the center of the picture. And the river here is just a single channel, not very wide. Most of the way up it was always a double channel with islands in between.